Doob, I'm here hanging out, chatting about my new music video, Space Trash. Super excited to hang out and chat with all you guys. How y'all doing? This is my very first time. I think this is the first time I've ever gone live on my YouTube channel. Cat again with a surprise. What up, Lit? What up, Nomad? What up, Amy? What up, Thatcher? Jonathan Edge says, B Heart is live again. What's up, Mary? What's up, Fluffy Muffins? That's a great handle. I know I said handle the other day in my Discord and I caught some shit for it, but I like it. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. Chuck says, love the new video. What's up, Sonia? What's up, Michael? Brittany? Tired of the BS? That's a great handle, too. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Bob Foot, hello from Canada. What's up, Bob? Hello from Canada back. Excited to see y'all here. 44 people in this baby already. All right. How y'all doing? All right. We got 59 people in here already. Yo. Chris said, Dad bought his fire. Roy, hello from California. Star Healer just sent me $5. Thank you so much. That's amazing. I appreciate y'all. I'm in here hanging out, chatting space trash, chatting all things space trash. So if you got a question about the video, if you want to talk about it, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have for me. All right. Just trying to read these comments. Man, y'all coming in fast. What's up, Robin, Jericho, Daughtry, Amy, Nicolette? Did I say that right? Hello from Cape Town. That's dope. All the way from Cape Town. Mary Dub says, love the new song. Thank you so much. Brittany Hepburn said, love the song. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Thank you so much. Gone Mom 18 said, hello, Brandon. Great song. I teared up a little listening. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm glad that you love the song. All right. Lit Dimax, pardon me, said, Brandon got the best rock voice. Hell yeah. Thank you. Cat's in here helping as always. Thank you so much, Cat. I know I didn't give you a heads up on any of these, but to be honest, I've just been going live sporadically. There's been no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just in here trying to hang out with y'all. So, all right, let me see what else we got here in the comments. Stitch and Hammer, what's up? Urban Darcy in here. How you doing? Amy said, I've been viewing the video all day again and spamming comments. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Landon Hyde said, did you go to Tom or did Tom come to you for this awesome song? Well, I wrote the song and I sent it to Tom. And upon Tom hearing this song, he was like, you should put me on that. And that's how it came to be. And, not to just glaze over that massive detail, but, when he asked to be on something, we share songs back and forth all the time. and it's never with the intention of like, hey, let me get him on this, or maybe Brandon will do that. Has nothing to do with that. Great music is great music, and when I sent him the song, he loved it, and he was like, "Yo, I loved," he was like, "You should put me on that." So that's what we did, and I'm grateful that it turned out the way it did. I think his verse in particular really ties the whole thing together. So I'm grateful for it. Landon said, "Who produced the lyrics?" Who wrote the lyrics? I wrote all my parts, and Tom wrote his. Calm Mom said, "I know Tom said something about going on tour this summer. You can rest assured that when Tom goes on the road, I'll be there with him. So it just depends on when that happens." Howdy from Texas. What's up? What's up? Fire and Ice said, "Where did the idea from the song come from?" The song literally is is a look at what's happening today. I had this thought of like, if something came and wiped out our entire planet, I thought about things that we hold so close to us on this planet floating through the air. Like that's all we would be remembered by. From another planet looking at ours imploding or exploding, there'd just be like loads and loads of useless debris floating around like space trash, and the things that we held on to like an iPhone floating through and a McDonald's arches and a Starbucks coffee cup. Really what the idea came from. I thought that like if we exploded and it was all over, we would literally just be remembered as space trash. These insignificant things that we left behind that we made the most significant things of our life. And we missed the big picture of that. We were gifted this beautiful planet with amazing people on it, and we don't know why. Um, and we spend a lot of time building each other or breaking each other down rather than building each other up. And that was the whole intention. What if the big one came and turned the clocks back? I bet we'd leave some pretty good space trash. So that's just how the song came together. And he said, "Did Nova help with the video directing it?" No, she didn't. I directed this music video and I edited. However, Nova shot all of Tom's parts, of course, and did an incredible job with that. And Jared Potter, who does the most insane VFX on the planet, or who does Tom's music videos, did the VFX for it too. So I was very, very lucky to have people of that caliber helping with it. Nova shots Tom's parts and they look fucking incredible. Every single shot looked incredible. And as always with anything she does and he does. And to have Jared in there to tie it all together with the visual effects was just the winning combination. Christian Eichmann, who shoots all my music videos, shot all my parts here, and I directed all that. Rebecca said, "What's up from Detroit?" Thatcher said, "Will Space Trash be on an album or stay as a single?" It's a single right now. I don't know about an album. Polar Bear, what's up, dude? He said, "What's happening, brother? Free and love the new video and song." Thank you so much. The Fluffy Muffin said, "Don't make Brandon back the truck up. He told y'all already." Hell yeah. Matthew, I can't even pronounce that whole handle. Um, he said, "Who's going to run for president? You or Tom?" Tom, 100%. Amy said, "We love hanging with you, Brandon. You're our homeboy after all." Hell yeah. Evan said, "You did an awesome job." Thank you so much. What's up, Evan, Adrian, Thomas, Steven, Sonia, Arthur? Oh, craziness. For those of you who don't know I'm a dad of two, so there's always some type of chaos going on in the background, but that's children, right? Puffy asked, "Do you start your writing process with beats or lyrics or concepts, or how do you manage your creativity ideas and make them realize?" That's a tough question. I get asked that a lot, and I think every artist is completely different. For me, It could happen any one of those ways. Sometimes it's just a line, sometimes it's a melody, sometimes it's a thought, sometimes it's an idea, sometimes it's something I hear, sometimes it's a drum beat that I start with. It all depends on what it is, but something usually sparks it and then the train starts moving forward. Um, One thing I want to talk about before we get too far down the rabbit hole, and I want to answer many of these questions as possible. I would imagine if you're on my page right now, you've probably seen the new video. But if you haven't, go watch Space Trash and then come back and ask me some questions, because for sure, I don't want to spoil anything for you if you haven't seen the music video. So go watch the music video first and then come back. I don't want to give away any spoilers if you haven't seen it. Number two, we're still currently sitting at number two on the rock charts in Canada. This is my first time charting ever with a solo song. This is my first time ever being in striking distance of a number one spot on a solo song. So if you got like 99 cents kicking around, anything like that, please, please, please go download the song off of iTunes or Amazon or wherever you get your music. This is my first time ever being in striking distance of a number one right now. It feels so crazy to wake up and even see my name on there. That's the first time for me on a solo song in my life. The only other time I've ever charted was with As Far as the Stars, with Tom and Nova. So it's such an incredible feeling, and ultimately just like overwhelming to wake up and look at that and see it. And I'm so grateful for it. But if y'all could do me the biggest favor on the planet, and if you got just a dollar kicking around anywhere, dig through your couch, or go check the ashtray in your car. If you got 99 cents kicking around, I would really appreciate it if you went and downloaded that song, and we could show the world that independent musicians can swing for the fence too. You know, this is my fastest growing music video to date. We're almost like 500,000 views in 2 days, which is out of this world for me. It's absolutely mind blowing. The comments are incredible. You guys have been sharing it everywhere. You've been hitting the comments section nonstop. You know, I always say that this song is the vehicle, but you guys are the gas to get it where it's going. And every time I'm just completely blown away with what we're able to do together. And this one especially, you guys really showed up for me, and I'll never be able to thank you enough personally. But I'll try my best by just keep releasing these songs from the heart, and keep giving you every single part of my life. So if you've got a little bit kicking around, anything helps. I know we most of us don't have any extra money kicking around these days, but if you got 99 cents kicking around, help your boy get a number one. Today could be our day to knock them off the number one spot, um, and really, really show them we're here. We've been sitting in number two for almost 24 hours, and it fluctuated the day before number three, number four, number five, but we've stayed for over the last 24 hours. We've been in the top three, almost the last 48. So today could be our day to really just scooch past them and take that number one spot. It'd be really amazing to be able to see that, and thank you guys. All right, let me answer a couple more. Let me answer some more questions here. Roy H said, "It's great we have people like you and Tom unafraid to speak the truth." Hell yeah. What's up, Sonia, Thomas? Bob Foot said, "I literally just discovered your music. I've been quite taken by it. I've been adding so much of yours to my favorite playlist." Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That's amazing. Mary Dub asked, "What did your daughter think of the video?" She loved the video. My daughter's favorite artist above me, probably in the house, is her Uncle Tom. Usually, it's I want Uncle songs when we get to YouTube. She definitely loves the songs with Dad and Uncle together. But I think the crazier Tom is in the video, the more she loves it, because she'll say things like, "Uncle Tom's so crazy," or "I want the clown one," or "I want this one," and so she's a big fan of the videos, especially to have Dad and Uncle in it. Tired of the BS said, "You need more exposure, Brandon. You have the most beautiful voice." Thank you so much, man. That's a beautiful compliment. I appreciate that. Mike said you gained 10,000 subscribers this weekend. Congratulations. I know, I'm absolutely mind blown by it. We fought good and hard for the 38,000 people that were on my page to begin with. And I think this morning when I looked, it's over 51,000. That's incredible. And, you know, Thanks, guys. Thank you. Polar Bear asked, where is the track on the Canadian charts right now? It is currently sitting at number 2 on the rock charts in Canada. Come on, said, going to lunch with family. Great video and song. Can't wait for more. As far as the stars, is my favorite album of all time. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Came in to say you're amazing. Thank you for speaking unity through your music. I have to go back to work, but wanted to say thank you. Thank you, Elena. I really appreciate that. What a beautiful thing to say. Suzanne said, great song, Love from Stockholm. Hell yeah. Kelly J said, I'm late. You're right on time. You're right on time. I'm not going anywhere. We're hanging out. Chris said, I really enjoy the wide range of subject matter in your writing. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. All right. I'm just trying to read these comments. So if I look like I'm staring blankly at the screen, it's because I'm reading your comments and I want to respond to all y'all. Vaughn said, what's up, fam? We headed to 500K. Hell yeah. Oh, you guys are amazing, man. I appreciate all the love in here. Olivia Meyer said, Space Trash is probably one of my top 3 songs by you. Top 10 ever. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Bio Gary said, already ordered me a Minute Flat shirt and I've been rocking out to this song and video since it came out. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. All right. I'm gonna chat for a little bit here. I'm gonna chat for a little bit here, and I'm gonna not stare blankly at the screen. You know, putting out Space Trash was crazy because I hadn't released a song in a year, and mainly because last year was an absolute whirlwind. We were working through a million things. I had my second child last year, plus I was working on my U.S. visa, so I was able to work and be able to tour in the beautiful country of the U.S. of A. So a lot of things like that at the same time kind of stacked up on one another, and it just made it really hard for me to be able to release. And then finding the right time to release this, you know, becomes another challenge. But eventually, the clouds parted and the right time kind of arrived. And my nervousness was completely overthrown by the joy from the response from you guys. I love more than anything creating music and creating art. I love that part of this, and releasing it to you is probably the scariest part of it, but it's also the part where you just completely get to let go and allow the music to come from your hands and your heart and go to the people, right? And it's up to the people to take it from there. And what you guys have done with it and what we've done with it so far at this point has just been absolutely incredible. And you know, I'm completely blown away by the response to the video before so far. Not before, my apologies. All right. Freedom said, I love church in this one, but I never knew you till recently, but I'm here now. Thank you so much. Love it. I don't know if I'm saying your name properly, but Srefis, if I said that properly, he said, nice shirt. I miss Lane. Can't believe he's been gone 20 years. I am a massive Alice in Chains fan. I actually have an Alice in Chains song tattooed on my arm. I have the lines from Wood that go up and down my arm here. Oh, where it's into the flood again, same old trip it was back then. So I made a big mistake, just try to see it once my way. Lane's one of my favorite writers and singers of all time. Adrian Brown said, I'm pretty new to your music. I learned about you from Tom. Nice to see an independent rocker. I love Space Trash. I don't know what Can You Do the Metal Screen means. I'm not quite sure what that means. Tessa Mystic, did I say that properly? Tessa Mystic 420 said, my favorite rappers are rock stars. Hilarious. That's amazing. Cynthia said, was this the first time you directed and edited a video? Thought you did great. Did you like doing it? Yeah, somebody asked me a little while ago. I've worked in film for the last 10 years, obviously not as a director, but I've worked in the film industry for 10 years. And directing is something that I've been passionate about for a really long time. It's something that I wanted to do for a really long time. And when it came to Space Trash, it just ended up kind of being the right opportunity for it. Um, and the editing part, I've edited one of my music videos before this one. So one of my older songs called Middle, Tom and Nova actually shot it. We shot it just like walking around in LA. And I edited that video, but Tom and Nova shot it. And this is my first one that I've directed and edited on my own. And it was the biggest project I've ever worked on, with so many moving parts to it, and I learned a ton about it, and I love it. Yeah, I'm directing everything moving forward, um, and it's such an incredible feeling to be able to do that, to be able to come from the art side and then move into the visuals. I've always been really hands on. With the planning, and my wife also works in the film industry and has worked in the film industry for the last 10 years, so she's always been involved with the wardrobe aspect of it, and we've always been very hands on in absolutely everything we do. Um, so all my old videos, concept wise, everything comes from there. But this is my first time physically directing it top to bottom and editing it top to bottom. Hey, CJ Hannah sent me $10. Thank you so much. The Fluffy Muffins said, Alice in Chains acoustic session was always my favorite. Yeah, that's an incredible record. The Unplugged one, the MTV Unplugged record, it's insane. DJ Last Ride says, hey, got you from Tom. I like your new song, Space Trash. Thank you so much. Oh, the metal screen. Yo. So the post said, can you do the metal screen? And I was like, what is the metal screen? But I'm guessing you meant the metal scream. Yeah, I can scream. Not like I'm never gonna go out there and be like I'm fucking can do the Lamb of God shit, but I played in bands for a really long time. I definitely can scream. What's up, DeBong 420? That's a great name. What's up, Tim? Fire and Ice, Nate. All right. Lauren Elder said Space Trash was the first time I ever heard your music. Gotta say, I think it's insanely important for the message of the song to reach everyone from the depths of their soul. Thank you so much. Freedom said, wait, you're Canadian? Where in Canada? I thought I came out from under my rock. Ha ha ha. I'm from the west coast of Canada. What's up, Summer? What's up, Haru? Is that Bass? Bass Anderson? Man, y'all got some great fucking names in here. Sometimes I'm reading it and I'm like, wait, what? What's that? This is dope. This is my very first time going live on YouTube. The only place I've ever gone live before, and I know I sound like such a noob right now saying this, the only place I usually go live is my Facebook page, and it's been a lot of fun, but you know, I'm having a lot of fun on YouTube today, my friends. I'm having a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. So thanks for showing up and thanks for hanging out with me on a little surprise YouTube mission. Hey, Will It Run Doom said, reminded me of the music video Black Hole Sun song by Soundgarden 100%. Thank you, man. You know, this record and or sorry, this song in particular has a very 90s rock sound. If you listen to any of my older music, I was talking about this yesterday. My last uh 3 albums, 4 albums, I guess, were all done with Evan Morgan. Evan produced all the records. I wrote all the songs for him, and Ev also works on Tom's stuff. And Evan and I kind of have this melting pot sound together of like pop, rock, indie pop, uh, kind of hip hop. It's this, big melting pool of everything we love together, and it's always been such a great, unique sound. And we've done some really cool stuff. We did Iron Brown and Heart together. We did Almost Yesterday. We did my album Word Sick together, and then we did a Campfire Songs Volume One. And Ev and I have done everything together for the last 6 years, and this is the first single I did without him. And I did this single. I wanted it to be a bit more rocky. I wanted it to be like a straight rock record where there was no synthesized instruments whatsoever. I mean, Ev usually plays all the guitar, he plays all the bass on it, and then he plays all the keys and anything else. And then Phil Gardner, my homeboy, who's played on all the other records, usually plays the drums on the last 3 records or 4 records that we did together. And this record, I wanted it to just be like a straight rock forward record. I know a lot of people, I see it in the comments, they say things like, oh, Brandon Hart's like a full band without a band. That's always what I've wanted it to be. Um, I played in bands for a big, long time of my life, and I love playing with other musicians, but there's a part of it where it gets tough when you're trying to coordinate schedules with people. People's lives change, and you can't. People aren't always all the way in the way you're in. So for me, I chose to take control of still having the full band sound with my music, but it's starting and ending with me. So it takes the pressure and puts it on me, but it allows me to create with musicians and then move with the records the way I want to. So when it came time to make Space Trash, I reached out to a good friend of mine, Danny Craig from the band Default. And Danny and I have known each other for 10 years. We've been close friends for 10 years, and we just have never worked on a record together. So we talked about it a lot. Danny is like the king of the 90s rock sound because, he comes from a 90s rock band. And I wanted to make, a true, real sounding rock record only with, like just straight live instruments, live session players. And we kind of called on the best of the best. All these guys are amazing that played on the record. And what came from the sessions emerged into Space Trash, and it sounds like a real 90s rock record because we worked really hard at it feeling the way. I'm a huge fan of 90s rock. It's what I came up on. It's my favorite music. It's a big influence on my sound, so I don't have to try and write something like that. I'm a dude from that era that writes stuff that still sits in it. And I'm grateful that the song was able to end up in translating into that way that we intended it to, and you guys are receiving it the same way. Hey, think is case and love your music from the UK. Thank you so much. Kelly said, spend my morning listening to all your songs on YouTube. Thank you so much. Sam Adams said, would love to see a sequel to As Far as the Stars. You and me both. Cognitive EXE said, I love the visual of your music video. Thank you so much. Dad's gone live. Thank you so much for tipping me 9.99. I appreciate that. You said, not sure if you already touched the subject, but I'm curious about your story. Tom mentioned in a short about how you're both in bad drinking stages, great friends, and now you both make music or making music. Um, I don't know if I've ever really, I mean, I'm sure I've touched on my story multiple times throughout other streams, but I'm happy to give you the cliff notes of it today. I've been a musician for longer than I can remember. I've played in bands for a really long time. After my last band dissolved in like 2016, I moved forward on making solo records just under my name, but played in bands and different formations and variations my entire life. But the solo career kind of went when I started hedging way forward in this new sound that was only me under my name. Was 2016 with the first record, I Am Brandon Hart. I was still drinking during that time. If you listen to my first few records, they're pretty booze soaked. Just a guy going through a lot of turmoil and pain. I'd lost a lot of people really early in my life. Had some bad relationships. I lost some friends really close to me. I definitely had a ton of things that I was drinking and repressing for a long time. Tom and I met, kind of in the same seasons of our lives. Tom was going through a lot of the same things, and writing music about it. And I heard about Tom through a friend of ours, like a mutual friend, actually sent me his video, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I think him and I just kind of started bullshitting over Facebook from there, and we would send songs back and forth and just kind of talk with one another. And you know, eventually we started hanging out, and the first time we ever hung out, I'm pretty sure we were best friends from that day on. We linked up, and it just kind of felt like we'd known each other a million years. And yeah, it stuck. We were kind of inseparable after that. And yeah, we were living, you know, Tom at the time was on the road. He was back and forth from LA. I think he just gotten back from Europe touring or something. And was kind of in between places, crashing at homies' houses, and wasn't in the greatest situation of where he was staying at. And I had a spot, and I was like, you know what, you should just come stay with me. So he moved into my spot on an air mattress, and we just took care of each other. We were still drinking a lot, just kind of working through the problems and issues that we were having in our life, but we had one another. And it didn't matter if I had $10, then we each had five, or if we were eating ramen noodles, or if we had enough to get cheeseburgers that day. We were just happy, it felt like for the first time, both of us just kind of had somebody always there, in that regard. And I remember going and getting Tom's stuff out of storage, and we moved into our first place together, and we stayed in there, and we were still drinking and a lot of things going on, and life was still kind of tumultuous, and we were just working really hard. And sometimes we'd shoot three of his music videos in a day. And um, Tom had a mental breakdown, and he went back, where he's from, and spent some time with his family to try and get his head straight, and went back to LA. And he uh, he dried out. He stopped drinking alcohol, and I remember watching it just like the TSN turning point. His music changed. It's really hard when, and I know alcohol is different, and it works for a lot of people in a lot of different ways. But for me, um, I was always headed down a dark hole because I had a lot of hurt and pain in my heart, and a lot of things that I'd gone through that I hadn't properly dealt with. I hadn't brought it out to the surface and allowed it its time to grieve it or tried to work through it. I just buried it down. And I know Tom did a lot of the same. And I think for the first time, when he sobered up, he was able to just focus on himself and the real stuff that's inside you, not the booze talking. And I got sober 2 years ago, and it was like one of the greatest things. I didn't get sober because I was at rock bottom. I wasn't like drinking and having like falling down, and I didn't have your classic rock bottom moment. I was pretty functional for a really long time. I always held jobs. I was probably functionally dysfunctional. Obviously, I didn't drink and drive or anything crazy like that. Um, and I wasn't, drinking myself to sleep every night. There were good times and bad times, but for to be honest, at the very end of it, I was barely drinking anymore, and I got to a point where I just it was doing nothing for me, and I figured if it was doing nothing for me, then why am I still keeping it as a part of my life? And, I cut the booze out completely, and it was literally like, all the things that weighed the hardest on me, feeling depressed all the time and the anxiety that I was dealing with on a constant basis and, um, the overrun thoughts in my head, it went from like a 95% every day, almost unbearable to like a 5%. It was like the clouds lifted and shifted, and um, I'm incredibly grateful for that. So, my stories, our stories kind of intertwine as far as that goes. I guess that's probably the cliff notes of it. And fast forward 2 years later, and you know, your boys, your boys, still on a water only substance diet and moving strong. I think it's allowed me to get out of my own way and not hide behind the comfortability that came with a bottle. All right, hopefully that answered the question well enough. Oh, my beautiful friend Haley gifted me 1999. Thank you, Haley. All right, there's definitely I missed a ton of comments in here, but I'm gonna try and jump down where I can. Hey, Dead Twist said, love how you guys are always there for each other. I bought it on iTunes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Mike Quattrochi. If I said that correctly, I killed it. I killed it if I said that correctly. I hope I did. If I didn't, then I apologize, but I feel like I killed it. Said if you listen to any Coheed and Cambria, the drums and chorus remind me of that band. I love Coheed and Cambria. That's a such an incredible band. Uh, I'm trying to think of it's 10 Speed of God. I can't remember the exact title because it's a crazy title. Try and hit me up with it if you remember what that title is, but that's my favorite Coheed and Cambria song. Brandon, do you think if everyone commented on the YouTube video will help keep them in momentum? Yes, Jonathan Edge, thank you for bringing up such an incredible point. If you keep commenting, if you keep spamming the comments on YouTube, I think currently we're still trending at 18. 18. We have been trending for 2 days on YouTube. Yesterday we got as high as 7. This morning when I woke up, we're at 18. So keep going, keep commenting in there, keep talking to many people as possible, keep sharing it to many people as possible, and we can show these motherfuckers we're still here. All right. Really random review said, "Oh, whoa." It says, "Oh, whoa, won't we look dumb?" That's what it is. All right. A the Fluffy Muffin said default deny 15 out of 10 track. Hell yeah. That record, that whole record, um, is produced by the same dude who did Pearl Jam 10. That record is fucking incredible. It's a 10 out of 10. And I think, we live in such a fast paced world now where and I'm not knocking anybody's style or way they choose to make music, but for me, like I've been such a music nerd my entire life that like I'm so invested in producers and incredible musicians and people that have just like changed and developed the sounds that a lot of people emulate today, and they're done by they've been doing it the same way forever, and the guitars sound that way for a reason. The drums sound that way for a reason. They still fucking kick you in the chest, and that's the kind of thing I look for. And when we made this record from the jump, it was just like from the very when I sent a demo to Danny in the very first demo he sent back to me with the idea of Space Trash, we were all the way there. I remember playing it, and my daughter instantly started doing the head nod on the rock as soon as the chorus hit, and she's a good gauge, man. If kids are all about rhythm, they're 100% energy, and if your kid starts going off right away, you got to you got to hit. Really random review said I'm in the UK too and been humming your tune all day. Hell yeah, thank you so much. Robin Turner said the song Neighbors is my favorite. Thank you so much. Jay Dragon said, if he makes a Let's Go Brandon shirt with his picture, I'd love to pick one up. You got it. Incoming Let's Go Brandon shirt with my face on it. Also, I don't think I talked about it, and I don't even think I have. Oh, I've got to have it beside me here. Speaking of merch, I dropped a bunch of merch for Space Trash, but also on my website, there's a ton of merch if you've never checked out my stuff before. So go to www.iambrandonhart.com. It'll bring you right to the store. There's like a ton of designs in there and albums and a ton of stuff up there. If you use the code Space Trash in all capitals right now, it's good for 15% off anything on my website. But at the top of my page, those are ninja hands. At the top of my page, there's a tab that says Space Trash. You hit Space Trash, it's got all the Space Trash designs in one place there. My man B Stex, Brandon Stex, did this from Nashville. He's an incredible graphic designer. He's done things for like Stranger Things, for Korn, Deftones, you name it. He's an incredible graphic design artist. And I teamed up with him to do all these designs for Space Trash. So check it out, www.iambrandonhart.com. Mike said, I love your song Slow. Thank you so much. Wallflower said, love seeing you two on this one together. Not sure, but every listen to Space Trash brings a need for another listen to Wave. True friends. Thank you so much, man. Tessa Missing said, Dad Bod is one I love to play. I love The Simpsons. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Jennifer Sage said, I think Campfire Songs is a great album. Thank you. Thank you guys. All right. EF said, found you through Tom a few years ago, and I cherished my signed CDs. Worried sick almost yesterday, and I am Brandon Hart. Amazing work, my friend. Space Trash is incredible. Thank you guys so much. All right. Anthony Dot said, "How did you get sober?" I get asked this question a lot of the time, and I've been asked to speak on like sobriety podcasts and stuff like that. And they ask if I followed the 12 steps or anything like that. None of that was a part of my journey, and I don't knock anybody's journey. It's different for absolutely everybody. But for me and in my life, usually when I get to a point where I decide that I'm done with something, I'm just done. The will to not is higher than the will to. And I just decided I was done and I stopped and I haven't had a drop since. That was literally it. I haven't sat here and there's not been a moment or a time where I've been like, "Oh man, I really wish, I was drinking right now." I'm grateful for where I'm at. Um, and I think that feeling in my head and my body is enough to just keep me moving in that direction. All right. Tem said, hold on. Debbie Staples said, it seems you and Tom weren't in the same space for your video. Have you been able to actually get together in the last few years? Yeah. So no, we shot our stuff separately, just like we did for As Far as the Stars. We did 3 videos for As Far as the Stars, and we shot them separately, and we did the same thing for Space Trash. Nova and him shot his parts there, and I shot my parts here with Christian, and Nova and Tom sent me their parts, and then I put it all together. And it was the reverse for As Far as the Stars. Christian shot all my parts, Nova shot all theirs, and we sent a hard drive to them, and Nova put it all together. So, um, but we have got together, got to, we did get together. Wow, man, words. We did get together for Tom's birthday last year. Nova took care of everything. She, absolutely killed it. We surprised him between Nova and Tom's sister, Jenna. They hid me uh, in LA, and yeah, I showed up. we completely surprised Tom after not being I hadn't seen him for 3 years. When we ended the last time we saw each other, we were just finishing a tour, and we were supposed to go right back out on the road with, Falling in Reverse in December. I think we had just finished a tour in November, and, we were literally 3 days away from jumping on the Falling in Reverse tour, and, tragically, the guitar player lost his wife, and the tour ended up getting canceled. Obviously, what an awful thing for him to go through, and, so the tour didn't end up happening, obviously, and, we were scheduled to jump on the road the top of the next year, I think in March or April, and my daughter was due in May, and we were supposed to be right back out on the road, I think in March or April, and that's when, the whole COVID thing happened, so everything got pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and then canceled eventually, just like it did with everything. And then, so we hadn't seen each other, and then the idea for As Far as the Stars came together, and it just kind of worked better to do our parts separately, just for timing in everybody's life and what we had going on. So we did, our projects together but separately, and then that went out, which was crazy because that record did so many crazy things for my life, and we never even got to like celebrate it and listen to it all together at the same time. So that was really tough. And yeah, then I got to be out there for Nova flew me out. Um, she flew me as Tom's surprise for his birthday, and he had no clue. And it was beautiful. I think we sat there crying for probably a half hour, and then we just had the most incredible time there. We got to swim in the pool and just kick it. And I was out there while they shot Dirty Money, so I got to be a part of helping them with that music video shoot. And it was just great. It was such an incredible time to just be able to sit there and like, all music aside, if Tom Nova and I didn't make music together, we would still all be the best of friends. I mean, uh, Nova and I hit it off from the first time I've ever met her, and it was kind of the same thing. Obviously the same thing with Tom. Tom's been my best friend forever, but Nova and I just always have felt like old friends to me. Uh, you know, she's chocked full of wisdom. She's hilarious, and she's one of my favorite people on the planet. So I'm always grateful to be in the company of them. All right, reading some more comments. Anthony Dye sent me $5. Thank you so much, Anthony. Um, Bio Garrett said, "Are you and Tom good friends with Ronnie from Falling in Reverse?" I don't know Ronnie from Falling in Reverse. I like the band, but that was the Tom connection. They asked Tom to do the tour, and if I guess it's been a while since we've been on the road, but for those of you that don't know, I usually play Tom's set with him every night too. So I usually open the shows, and then I play his set with him every night. So when Tom was on a solo tour, it would still be me out there with him. All right. Thank you guys. Sure Mouse said, Brandon, was there are there any more songs you wanted to shoot from As Far as the Stars? Hell yeah. There was lots of songs we wanted to shoot videos for. It just, it didn't really work out exactly how we wanted it to. Oh, someone just corrected me too. You're right. I was out there for Sheeple. I was not out there for Dirty Money. I helped on Sheeple. Good call. Mark Atkinson, are you guys touring soon? Well, I previously I just finished like a 21 date tour with the Moonshine Bandits. We did a bunch of West Coast USA. Absolute blast. It was my first time meeting those guys. Incredible dudes. So grateful to get to run with them. We've become family since. Awesome guys. And now I actually play starting tomorrow in Canada. I'm flying up to Regina, Saskatchewan tomorrow, and I'm doing all of the West Coast leg with Madchild on his tour. And then, hopefully I'll get back through most of America this year. Elisa said, such a sweet surprise. Can you please say hi to my 9-year-old daughter? She's watching with me. Love Space Trash. Hello to your 9-year-old daughter. Thank you. Madam Red said, Tom has said that you remember his lyrics better than he does. 100%. That is a real fact. There's no person, and I'll challenge you, that knows more Tom McDonald lyrics than me. Well, that can do them in real time, I should say. All right, y'all. If you just jumped in here, we are talking about my brand new video. Brand new video, Space Trash, featuring my best friend Tom McDonald. It is out now. If you haven't seen it, go to my page and watch it. Um, like I asked at the beginning, if you've got an extra 99 cents kicking around in your couch or underneath the sofa or check your dog's bed or a piggy bank somewhere or the ashtray of your car, wherever you keep spare change, you got an extra 99 cents kicking around, it would mean the absolute world to me. Absolute world to me if you could go to iTunes, buy Space Trash off of there. We're still sitting at number 2 on the Canadian rock charts. We were really close and in striking distance of getting a number 1. It would be my first time getting a number 1. On a solo song, and it would mean the absolute world for me. So please, 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 if you can, go to wherever you purchase music, Amazon or iTunes, and please go pick up Space Trash, please, from the bottom of my heart. And thank you to everybody who's sharing the video, who's commenting on the video, who's spamming the comments. You guys are amazing. Let's keep going with this. Let's see how far we can go. It's been incredible so far. We are getting closer and closer to 500,000 on this video in 48 hours, and that is by far my fastest growing video of all time. So that's because of you guys. We have the chance and the ability here to show them that we came to play, and that independent artists, can and do make better music, and we're able to do just everything a major label can, and I know we can do it. Elise's daughter Elena. Hi to your daughter Elena. Sorry. As you guys can see, my brain is starting to melt down. It's been running full speed for a very long time, um, and it's starting to hit its breaking point, and I'm starting to like stutter and mutter my words. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me. Um, Again, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for pushing this new video with me, for sharing the video with me. Um, you know, for interacting with me, for everybody that sent me some money while we're in here chatting, all you guys, you know, I don't think I'll ever be able to thank you guys enough, but I'll always try to do you justice and just keep pushing forward and keep putting songs out and keep giving you guys my whole heart. So I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm definitely going to do more of these. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or add me on social media. I'm at I am Brandon Hart everywhere. Download the song. Keep sharing Space Trash. Go to www.iambrandonhart.com and get yourself a t-shirt. Use the code Space Trash, all caps. You get 50% off. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Keep killing it. Thank you. Bye-bye.